Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ubuntu Hour, the first of this year. The idea here is just talk about different topics related to Ubuntu with members of the local communities around the world. I'm Leo Arias. I'm from the Costa Rican local team, and here with us we have three people. One more is on its way, and if you want to join, there's still room in the Hangout, so you can find the link on community.ubuntu.com. There's a post for this event, and in the last comment you will find the link that you open in your browser and will take you to this Hangout. Why don't you introduce yourselves? Let's start with Carla. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thanks. I'm Carla. I'm from Italy, and I just popped in, so I'll listen to what you guys have got to say, and then maybe just take part.
Thank you. Carla is part of the local council, so nothing of just listening. You have a lot to tell us about it.
Yeah, well, we just started off, so I'll have to get in it better to see how it works as I just arrived, but the intentions are good.
We are all we are running a little here, a little disoriented because I started the call like 5 minutes ago. It was completely my fault, but don't worry, we will figure it out as we go.
I think I saw you now. Excuse me, I didn't hear what you said last thing.
Who goes next? Chris?
Yep, I'm Chris Glass from the Swiss local team. Tonight we were supposed to join as a local team, but unfortunately it was cancelled because too many people had other real life things to attend. So we decided to reconvene, and it was too late to notify you guys. So here I am. Yeah, I guess tonight it would be nice to talk about communication channels and how you guys, at least for me, how you I don't know, how do you promote your meetup and events in general? Because I feel using our own mailing list was maybe not as successful as it could have been. So anyway.
Yeah, a great topic, and thanks for coming anyway. Well, that's the idea of this space, because you will see here 4 members from different local teams, and well, Marcos, who has a community that's not a local, and the idea is to get together and start moving our local events and see if more people arrive to the real life side of these Ubuntu hours. So yeah, let's talk about it. And Chris is also a developer on the Ubuntu Foundations team. So he will have some interesting things to tell us about. If you have questions, the people who are watching this from home, you can just throw your questions and we will try to answer them. If you are watching from ubuntuonair.com, there's a box below the video that's an IRC chat. We are monitoring it, so if you have something to say, if you have something to share or a question, just throw it in there. And last, we have Costales. How are you?
Hello, everyone. I'm Marcos Costales. I am from Spain, and I am a Ubuntu developer, member, insider, user, dreamer, everything. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much for the invitation.
Great. Sorry, I was distracted on the chat. So for different people from all over the world, all working on Ubuntu, that's the idea. We don't have borders. We work async, and it's a lot of fun. Everybody here has a lot of hats in the community, and we are also all mentors for new people who want to join the community. So if you haven't started, if you think it's too hard or you don't know where to start, but you want to contribute back to Ubuntu and to free software in general, you can let us know and we will find a nice spot for you. We will try to find what's your biggest interest, and depending on your abilities and your knowledge or the things you want to learn, we will figure out something interesting for you to do. Thanks everybody for coming. Some topics to discuss. I put a few on the post on the community hub, but I think the most interesting news is Costales. So
Oh, yeah.
why don't you tell us about all the things you have been doing, the huge amount of work you have been doing these days?
I am doing a lot of spam these days. Well, we are organizing the Ubuntu Europe in April, and well, we are starting to organize that, and it's we are in the first stage of the event, and we are trying to get a call for papers conference, and we are really impressed because we have an overbooking about attendees. There are a lot of people that want to come here for the event, and there is from 12 countries. I don't remember exactly, but we are very excited about that.
Great. You showed me the pictures of the place and what you plan to do. It sounds like an amazing event. There's still time to register, right?
Yes, we want. We do not want to do only conference, and we want a lot of social events. And then we will be two social events in the Friday. Will be one in Saturday, and there will be two in Sunday, and probably before or after for the people who is coming before the event. And we want everyone together, everyone with uh, the community. Exactly, not only conference and conference and conference. Party, party, party too. We want.
I lost my mute button. Great. But you also have confirmed conferences already. Can you tell us a little about what's going to happen on that side?
In the conference, yes. In the conference.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I have to look.
So maybe So I wasn't exactly sure how it's pronounced, but so the conference, so UbuCon Europe 2018 is going to be in Chichon?
Chichón. In Chichón. Chichón,
Chichón.
Asturias.
Chichón.
Asturias, exactly, in Spain. And that's 27th, 28th, and 29th of April, correct?
Yes.
Right.
Don't worry, Chris, that I can't say it either.
Oh, okay.
Well, I need a bit more. This was not prepared, as you see.
Yeah,
viewers,
I'm sorry.
can viewers see links that we would paste in the chat? I don't know that.
Is not public yet, okay. Then we have, for example, one conference about digital rights and Ubuntu from Diego Constantino. And we will have introduction to programming with Ubuntu Touch from Miguel Menendez Carrion. Applied security for Ubuntu containers. For example, free your mind with Ubuntu, including workshop. Qt WebGL and creating a a web server with Qt, for example. And what more? Running OpenStack. One talk about Slimbook, the laptops. It's laptops from Spain, and they are doing a really good job introducing to programming in Qt. We wait for a UV Posts conference, maybe from one person from Canonical for present the LTS release, because the release of 18.4 will be one day before of the event. Then we wait that. Marius Coabet will be how to text blogging, and running your own mainframe on Linux. Rudy of Have Fun with Your Local Team. Nathan Haynes, Advocacy for Advocates about Ubuntu. The Ubuntu Portugal podcast. DevOps with Lando and Docker. Editing with Markdown. How this is really interesting. How big is the open source in industrial automation? And analyzing the Ubuntu community. There is the most important conference in the event. And we have great events. Great events, Samson, you have to come. We will have the Friday Ubuntu and Beer. Will be in a coffee shop, really beautiful coffee shop in Café Triskel. And will be a dinner. Everyone will come with a piece of food. Then the dinner will be all the food that people is coming from everywhere. And we will share that food. And later at 10 o'clock, we'll be go to a disco pub, and we will have music, geek music, for example, Ghostbusters, or I don't know in English the name. Then will be that. We will play with the names a bit. And the Saturday, one is pizza. And pizza is a traditional Asturian dinner. It's special because there is no tables, there is no seats. Then all people will be stand up, and you will eat from a table. Then you are moving, forget the food, and you will speak with everyone. It's with a lot of cider. Here the traditional drink is the sidra, is a cider, and I think it will be really, really awesome that. And
That
the
sounds
last
really
day,
amazing.
yes,
Yeah.
you have to come. And the Sunday will be a cultural visit to the city, to Sison. And for the end social event will be a dinner with beer and pizza. Will be like an Ubuntu hour. That will be. We are working yet in that. There is more coming, but this will be the main things. Will you come?
Trying my
So-
best.
I'm coming.
I will try my best,
I'm
but
coming.
Like,
the release party for the loco is on the 27th, and then the 28th is my birthday. So I might try to come for the last day, but I
Yes,
don't know.
yes, come.
so many
We,
things to celebrate.
yes, I was in one Linux and Tapas, one event, and everyone liked it because was party, 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 conference, conference, party, 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 party. Then we will try to get that format, and then will be a lot of party in the global event. Obviously, conference too, but we will share a fun time together, I think.
Great.
Maybe that's something we should try to do more in the locos. A bit more party and a bit less conference.
Yes, important. If someone wants to come, visit the website ubuntu.eu. You.
You.
Yes, I will put in the chat better
We can
for my
later
pronunciation.
see.
Google.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
That's-
there's still time to propose new conferences, right? Or do you have the agenda full?
we have several conferences, but we want more conference. We need more, and it's important. We have an overbooking in attendees. Then, if you want to come, please register yourself as attendee because there are now maybe 15 places only free. Then you can come without register. The problem is will be have to be one free place for you. Then better register is free. The event is free. Okay. Sison is a cheap city. It's not expensive. One hotel is 30 euros. To take a dinner or one lunch is 12 euros. And you only have to pay the spicha the Saturday. You are not paying to us, you are paying to the restaurant directly. Then it's 22 hours and 50, I think, to remember. And with that, you will
Euros.
can. Eh? What?
Euros.
Euros.
22 euros.
Yes,
Yes.
okay, no dollars. Okay. And with that, you can eat and drink everything you want. It's unlimited. Especially sidra and special traditional Asturian food. You have everything in the
Sounds
webpage.
awesome.
Yes, it will be legendary. And you have I recommend you to follow us in the social networks like the channel in Telegram, in Twitter, in Google Plus, and in Facebook. We are putting in there the talks, the conference, the social
Oh, yeah.
events, the stands. We will have stands too. We will have the Wikipedia. We will have the Slim book, and we will have Libre manuals for now. I hope it will be to UB Post stand. Then the people can go to the conference and can go to the stands to see products and to see things. And everything will be a party, I think. I hope.
Sounds great.
It will be.
Yeah, it really does.
Sorry.
I wouldn't worry about the places. I mean, if you only got 15 places, you said. I remember the only UDS I went to, we just sat on the floor. So more people come, the better it is. We just sit on the floor. Who cares?
Yes. About the place is amazing. Is 2 centuries building and will be really really beautiful. And that's all. I think I don't forget anything.
A lot. Thanks a lot for all this work. And we need to make more local events, and we need to share more between the communities from different places. That's what makes Ubuntu great. Like all the different accents, all the different interests, everybody just trying to work together and make a consistent operating system that is free and works for the world. Thanks, really. We can go back to talk about this if there are more questions. But I'm looking on IRC that we are starting to have people, and it's also an interesting mix in there. We have Bahe from Armenia, we have Will from Brazil, and Rick from Israel. So welcome to the community if you're new. Thanks a lot for joining. And Bahe asked how he can join the team. Well, that's like a not so simple question to answer because there are many teams. It depends on what's your interest. But I think the easiest way to get started is to find somebody from your local community team. So let's go to Carla. Why don't you tell Bahe what the local communities are and how he can join, he or she? can join?
Well, usually, yes, as you said, it depends what a person would like to do. So if one is keen to social things, social events, he can join the marketing team of the loco, and maybe write something on Ubuntu. Maybe if someone likes to develop, can join the developers team and try to write something. There are a lot of projects in Ubuntu. If you want to start off basic, you can start testing. Testing is a nice place to start off, because you try things and you find bugs, and at the same time you learn a lot. And from testing, then you can probably go on to development. It just depends on what a person likes, and then get in contact with the local team. And for sure that you'll find someone that can tell you what there is, what project there is to work on. If you want to work on snaps, or I can't think of other things now because I've been out for quite a long time, but there's just you just have to choose what you prefer doing, and ask to your local team, and for sure you will get indications where to start off. It's not a problem. We will find a place for everyone.
We need a lot of people. That's easy to find them. How did you start, Carol?
Yes. Excuse me? I couldn't hear you properly. The voice went away. I didn't hear what you said. I started, sorry. I didn't hear the question because the voice went away. I started off. Oh, that's interesting. I met an Italian guy from the Ubuntu community, and he was doing translations, and he introduced me to the world of Ubuntu. He told me about the Ubuntu community and what they did. And I started off with translations, but I don't like translating. So I left that, and I preferred to go testing. I started off with QA, and I started testing live USB keys, Ubuntu live USB keys, and then from that I did some kernel testing. Whatever I found some call for testings, I just popped in and tested and told my results on the mailing list. And then luckily I had the fortune to go to the last UDS that was in Copenhagen. And that was where I met a lot of people, and it was really great. From there, I mean, I essentially have been in testing, and I had the opportunity to know Nicholas Skaggs, that introduced me to automation. Sorry, I got stuck. Automatic testing with Autopilot. And I started writing tests for Ubuntu Phone, for the core apps of the Ubuntu Phone at the time. And I enjoyed myself a lot. Then I had to leave for a period because I had some problems. So now I'm coming back, and I've been still for a bit of time, but I'm still trying to figure out what I can do now. But essentially, I just answered to call for testings that I found on the mailing lists. I subscribed to the mailing lists, and that's how I got into to Ubuntu, the community. I mean,
you have been doing a lot of work too, so we appreciate it. Thanks a lot. You're always around, giving us a hand.
Yes. Well, as I said, it's just a question of whatever you can do. It's everything is okay. I mean, just do what you feel for the Ubuntu community, right?
I started like you with translations and testing, and I love translations. I really enjoy translating Ubuntu to Spanish, a little to Esperanto, but that's complicated, and I still try to contribute on that. There are many things in progress that needs help from translators. If you speak English and any other language, just let us know, and we will have tons and tons of things for you to translate. Doing that, it's nice because you get to an application. We started a call for translations for LexD, which is a cool project by Ubuntu. If you want to translate this, you need to learn a lot about containers and security, and it's very cool. It's in progress. There are a lot of untranslated strings there. So let us know, and we will help you get started. And Baje says sounds. So I will make an announcement here too. A couple. I'm working on the Snapcraft project, which new software into the Ubuntu store and other Linux distributions very easily. And we need a lot of hands to test all these new projects that are getting into the store. We have different channels, so the early adopters, the really testers that really enjoy taking a lot of risk, can install the snaps from the Edge channel, and they will be updated like once a day or even more with the things that recently landed on the upstream projects. So you will get an early view of what's going to come, what's going to be released in 1 month or 2 months. You will get a chance to see it very early, find bugs in there, affect the project directly. Like with your reports, the developers will know if they are doing a good job or they need to programming before being able to release it. And you can also jump into fixing those bugs or taking a look at what the project does and see what's in. We have a lot of calls for testing, and we have been sending them through the Twitter account. That's Ubuntu Testing, twitter.com/Ubuntu. So there are lots and lots of in progress. We have what to do, what to test, how to report, and you can talk to the maintainers, to the developers if you have questions. So yes, you will be welcome there. Bye. Sorry, Chris, I interrupted you.
Oh no, I interrupted you. I thought you were. Sorry. I just want to add on the testing front that so my team at Canonical builds the cloud images, and that's also something that you can very easily help test by simply spinning up LXD containers. And so usually hopefully we do a good job to find all the quirks beforehand with automatic testing. But it's nice to have people actually kick the tires on some of them. In particular, recently we've changed the Vagrant images as well. So if somebody out there wants to kick the tires on the Vagrant images that we release, that would be great, because there's many images that we release, but these in particular might need the eyes of somebody who's more used to using Vagrant. So that would be great. There's plenty of testing to do absolutely everywhere. It's basically the most important thing we do, I think. So making sure that
a good way to get started would be to go to the community hub. That's community.ubuntu.com, and make a post saying hi or reply to one of the things that are happening there. A lot of projects in progress, especially because, as Costales said, we have the release for 1804 very soon, and this is going to be an LTS. This is a release that's supported for a lot of years, so it needs to be very well tested. It needs to be very stable. Doing our part in there, we welcome more people. And Chris, we talked briefly that you were in a rush on the previous weeks because of some interesting, not funny bugs.
Yeah. So
found.
because of the whole Intel Spectre and Meltdown problems. So my team is not obviously the first in line. So that's my my colleagues and members of the community from the kernel team that were really on the first line of defense to try to patch and make sure that all the Ubuntu installations are safe. So they really worked a lot and did a great job to land those fixes in all of the Ubuntu kernels, and there's quite a lot of them when you consider some of the kernels that we use in the clouds and all the hardware enablement kernels on top of the regular streams of kernels that normal desktop users would use. But once they manage to land those patches, our team, the foundations team, has to make sure that the cloud images, all the cloud images, are patched and up to date as fast as possible. So that people spinning up new virtual machines don't remain vulnerable for long. So yeah, we've been quite busy with notifying all of our partners and various cloud providers. So it was an interesting set of weeks. So thanks, Intel. We have a newcomer, Marcin. Hi.
Hi.
Where are you from?
How are you?
I'm from Poland, and I was participating in Google Coding this year.
Ah, great. That's
was
nice.
one of our top students during the month and a half of coding. How many tasks did you complete?
That's amazing.
42.
Whoa. Good job. 42, and that's a great number as well.
Yes.
Thanks a lot.
Good job, man. Thanks.
Really, it was a fun thing to participate on the Google Coding, but many people don't know what that is. Why don't you make a summary, Marcin, of what happened, what some of the tasks that interest you the most? What did you think about the experience?
What's going on with my internet connection?
Me?
I can't hear anyone.
You can or can't? I will make the summary, and you, Marcin, feel free to chime in, interrupt me whenever you want to share something. Google organizes an event on January, with students from 13 to 17 years old, and they invite free software communities to serve as mentors for these young new contributors. So Ubuntu participated, and many other organizations, I think 25 in total. There was like Wikimedia and Drupal and a lot of nice projects out there. We asked who wanted to be mentors in there. I think Carla was part of the mentors too.
Yeah.
And 4 mentors from Ubuntu, from all the areas of Ubuntu. There was desktop, servers, marketing, UI, Snapcraft, and Snaps. And in the end, we finished like 700 tasks, more than 700, together with a lot of students from all over the world. There was translations too. It was very nice for us because it's very good to test our processes, like how easy it is for newcomers to join Ubuntu, and we learned a lot of things that we need to improve. It was also a nice exercise to split your tasks between things that a new person can do immediately in a couple of hours, things that it will take some experience, and somebody will be able to do in a week or so, and things that are more complicated. So we also had a lot of work triaging our own stuff. We have a never-ending stream of backlog tasks. So it's good to slow down, like take a look what's more important, what can happen quickly. And the result was amazing. Like I think there are 10 new snaps ready to be published. 10 other snaps were already published during the contest, and 10 more are in progress. Hey, what happened?
Sorry, I muted you because I didn't realize it was you. I misclicked. I'm an idiot. Sorry.
Am I talking too much?
No. It was a mistake. I thought, yeah, sorry about that.
Right,
I thought somebody joined and there was some pickup on the line, so my apologies.
I was just about to finish, but well, yes, that is summary. 30 new applications ready for all the Ubuntu users just to find them in the Ubuntu store. That was pretty cool. And Marcin, you did like 5, something like that, right? Do you have a favorite one?
Probably the CryptoWatch one, just because it's simple but very useful for all the miners.
So yeah, one of the snaps, it's called CryptoWatch. So you can like follow the ups and downs of many cryptocurrencies, which is a crazy world at this moment. Marcin packaged it and published it, and it's now featured on the main page of snapcraft.io. So it's getting a lot of installs. If you have bugs to report for Marcin, you can do it in the forum or in the repo. And if you have feature requests, if you want to add more applications also, there's, as we have been saying a lot, there's a lot of things to do. There's a lot of different areas where people can join. So great. It's good you joined, Marcin, because I was about to forget about this. The winners of the contest will be announced next week, next Wednesday, I think. And like every student who participated, every student who participated will get a shirt. I think the mentors will also get dressed by the contest, and the winners, there will be 2 winners per organization who will get a trip to the Google headquarters, which sounds like fun. I hope we will do this again next year, but if you want to join right now, we still have tasks that were left remaining from the coding. Awesome. Thanks everybody who participated. It was really intense. Like they have a lot of energy. It was very hard to follow them. What were your tasks, Carla? Did you mentor some of these young contributors?
Yes, well, essentially, I mentored the testing of the installing of Ubuntu on PCs or desktops or virtual machines. So the QA part. Yes, there were a lot of tasks, and it was quite difficult to keep up with everyone. But essentially, I just hanged on to the testing and installing of Ubuntu. So I didn't have very much time, but the little time I had, I dedicated to that.
Cool.
Oh well, but for the students, they're all very live and interested. So I haven't got any preference, but they're all very good.
There was a very nice task added at the end, and it was about signing the code of conduct. We talked about this on the previous Ubuntu hour, and it's also an amazing way to get started on Ubuntu. We try to be nice to each other, talking between cultures, between time zones, and in a project that brings so much passion from everybody. And also we are all a little hard-headed, so discussions could become hard to deal with, but we have this code of conduct which puts the basic rules, the basic guidelines of what to do, what not to do. And you can sign it. Signing the code of conduct is like a statement saying, yes, I will be nice. I will try my best. When there are disagreements, we will try to solve them together. Make a nice community. So I invite everybody who's listening to search for the Ubuntu Code of Conduct and sign it. If you have questions, again, the Community Hub at community.ubuntu.com is a nice place where you can ask your questions. Now we have talked a lot. Why the topic to talk about the release party? Chris mentioned that one of the reasons for his local meeting was to organize something for April.
Correct.
So have you talked about ideas, or do you have something in mind?
Well, it was just to share and to hear what other locals would do for their release party. Well, if you don't attend UbuCon, of course, because if I had the choice and I could teleport there, I think I would do that instead. But yeah, so the basic ideas or that we have so far are so sharing the social activities like sharing beers, food together. This kind of things is a given. But then we were also thinking about doing a key signing party, because that's part of it's a bit nerdy, and usually people who attend these meetings are a bit nerdy, like myself. And it also makes sure that the web of trust for the keys we use to sign packages is big enough. So that's something that was there. Talks eventually, but I don't think anybody really picked up the flags to talk about some specific subject. I wanted to give the opportunity to our host to tell us about what they do with Ubuntu, and I think having a round of so what do you guys do with Ubuntu, or why did you choose Ubuntu, and things like this. But it's still, I mean, we unfortunately, like I said in introduction, we didn't have this meeting today because for logistics, it had to be canceled. So we didn't have that discussion. That's just the ideas I was going to bring to the table. But thankfully, my friends in the local team would have more. And well, I wanted to see what all your locals around the world in this chat, in this video chat, or on IRC, what you think makes a release party fun, or what makes you want to attend one. So that's kind of the question I wanted to ask to the greater community today. So I don't know, Leo, what will you guys do in Costa Rica?
I don't know. I think I told you that for the October release, we went to a karaoke. It was different, not as geek as usual.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it was. Maybe, I don't know, and on the previous release, we did a barbecue at my house, and that was, it combined geek part, because on the TV, on the living room, there was lightning talks, people talking for 5 minutes or a little longer about their projects, not all strictly inside the Ubuntu community, but all related to free software, free hardware, open data, open maps. It was very nice.
That sounds great.
For me, for me, the ideal place, it's a bar that will give us a section with the TV, so we can do this part with beers and food available, because organizing the barbecue is it's like fun, but it's a little more work. But we will have to see. And we usually get somebody from the community to design a shirt for the event. That's like an alternate design. His idea of this Ubuntu release, and that's very nice. Like everybody enjoys the shirt, and then on all our future on all our future events, we are all dressed something Ubuntu. Like this one was oniric, which was what, a lot of years ago, a long time ago, Ubuntu 0. And it's like a calendar with all the animals, the previous animals of Ubuntu. It's very nice. One of my favorite shirts.
That's a pretty good idea as well.
Yeah, maybe we can do this globally, like publish the designs from everybody, and all the teams can choose what they want to print and do the shirts on their own. It could be good. I will be talking to our designer to see if he has time to make a beaver for
that sounds really fun. Would some video conferencing of the different locos work? Well, I guess if we're all in different bars, it might be a little too noisy, but because I guess this time zone works for it well, except maybe APAC, but I guess it works for most of Americas and Europe and Africa.
Well, so, here in Italy, we're all scattered around Italy, so the only thing that works is Google Hangouts.
I see.
We can't meet in a bar because we're all from different cities, but all around Italy. So usually on these events, on the release parties, we do Google Hangouts. But what you guys do sounds very interesting. very. How'd you say? You have great fun. I think it's something we should try to do, but we are a bit scattered all around the place. That's a problem.
It might be an answer for the parts of our community that don't necessarily can't or don't want to make the travel to like a central location. Agreed, Switzerland is not very big, but still, I can see that maybe it would be better that we offer the alternative to join by Hangout as well. That's true. It's something I hadn't thought of. So, thanks.
No.
I'll put that on the list. Thanks a lot. I would ask you, Marcos, as well, but I already know what you're gonna do.
Yes. The Ubuncon is
the biggest one of all.
Yes, sorry. The Ubuncon will be in that days because of the release of the version. I will wait every one of you in my city.
Can you put a camera in a Google Hangout on that party, nice. For the people who can't attend?
I don't know. Probably pictures, but on a stream, I think will be complicated. I think we will try a stream of the conference, but it's a bit complicated too. I don't know if we can do that.
We usually do it low maintenance, low budget. So somebody with a phone, it's just like streaming.
Yeah.
And that works. Like Chris says, it's complicated because of the noise, but we will figure it out. We can see how it goes.
Is there Wi-Fi in the place, Marcos? Is there no Wi-Fi?
Yes. Will be one Wi-Fi for the conference, for the speakers, and then we want one more Wi-Fi for the attendees, for the people in general.
I can use my notebook and connect to the Wi-Fi with my notebook and hang out with someone.
It will be possible. in the speech chat will be Wi-Fi. I think will be Wi-Fi
We
everywhere.
use that
but
for Hangouts.
yes, I will drink and you will record
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
While the rest of the people drink
Yes.
and eat.
That could be
All right,
fun.
so why don't we start a post on the community hub? Chris, now that you brought this topic, why don't you start the post on the community
I
hub
shall.
about
Okay.
the release parties, and we continue talking there. Also invite the other locals that are not here.
Yep, I'll do it. That's a good idea.
Yep.
Thanks. And we are close to the hour. So, any of you have a last topic you would like to discuss?
Not really. Let me see.
Okay, there's a remaining question on IRC. DOS Manek asks why snaps, and well, I bring that to the table a lot because I enjoy snaps a lot. I'm working on it, and I believe that they are very nice. But he's asking why not APT if APT is bad, if sharing libraries is bad. Well, that's not the idea. APT and dep packages are great for a lot of things. They are building the base of our operating system, and that's not going to change. Like the images that Chris works on, the cloud images, the things that you can install on Lexi containers or on Amazon or on Google Cloud everywhere. They are based on deps. They are very well tested because we are taking advantage of all the work that Debian is doing, preparing these releases. Ubuntu syncs with Debian every 6 months, and we try to stabilize things, and that becomes an Ubuntu release. So APT and deps are great for a few things, well, for a lot of things. Snaps are great for some other things. For example, recently we had the releases for Spotify and Slack as snaps. They are very popular applications that a lot of people in the Ubuntu community want to use. And it's risky to install them from a PPA because when you install something from a PPA, you are giving your root password to the developer of that PPA. So it's a lot of responsibility that you are giving to the developer. Maybe the developer doesn't want that responsibility either. And it's complicated to make releases following the Ubuntu release cycle. It's complicated to maintain PPA. Snaps simplify a lot of these processes. So take a look at the new snaps in the Ubuntu store. I think you will like them. And if there's a young project that wants to get into the Ubuntu store, into the Snap store, because it's not only Ubuntu, it will be installable in many Linux distros. You can join the community, and we will give you a hand to get your applet snapped and released. And I think that's it. We can stop talking now.
I've got one thing just popped in my mind now, if you want. I was thinking, because Marcus was asking me if I could have a talk at the UbuCon as I was going now. I said I don't know what to talk about because I've been away out of Ubuntu for quite a time. Do you think, Leo, it would be an idea to talk about the QA tracker, ISO testing, and the packages testing, or is it out of date? Maybe I could talk about testing on the ISO tracker or how to do some tests, if you think that can do. Otherwise, I'll think of something else.
I think that would be great, and I think you should do it. But I was also going to suggest you to about making your first. You have been there. You were one of the first test subjects for the documentation. So why don't you do both?
Yes, could be an idea. Okay. I'll just have to put something down. Okay. Could be an idea.
For the party, you will be very busy.
Oh, yeah, looks like.
So, Marcus said it was all party, but for you, it sounds like it will be a lot of work.
No, but yeah, it doesn't matter.
But
We'll have fun with it.
yes, I think a lot of people is asking, what can I talk about in the Ubuntu? I think everyone knows a lot of things, more than they think. Then, for example, about your local team, about your as user, your experience as user, it could be great because it's for shared knowledge only. I think whatever could be great.
Okay. I'll let you know. I'll
Right.
figure out.
I was not talking about you, Carla. I was talking in
No,
general for
no,
everyone.
yes, but I'll let you know about my talks anyway.
You are so welcome.
Thanks a lot, Marcos. Thanks a lot, Chris. Thanks a lot, Carla. I hope to see you again in a month when we have our
Yes.
Ubuntu hour, or
Okay.
earlier. We can do this more often if somebody has an alternate date. So say bye. I'm going
Say
to
bye bye.
Hi everyone,
Bye-bye.
it was great.
Bye.
Thanks a lot.
Ciao.